result sheets and that result sheets have been written. There's a massive protest in all polling units in Ogodimagongo local government of Kogi State right now. The result sheets have been, filled and tampered with already. And people are refusing to accredit, people are refusing to vote, and they are insisting that plain result sheets must be shown to agents in accordance to electoral law. If they refuse to show you result sheets in all polling units across the state, don't accredit, don't vote, protest and resist it. This is democracy. We must protect our votes. We must protect the process. We must make sure that all the regulations are being observed and respected. I call on all my agents all across the states that once plain result sheets are not shown to you before the commencement of accreditation, don't accredit, don't vote, resist it and protest, record it, video it, show the faces of these compromised INEC staff and security agents and post it on all platforms of social media. We shall overcome. This election is a must win for us. Thank you. To show agents result sheets and that result sheets have been written. There's a massive protest in all polling units in Ogodimagongo local government of Kogi State right now. The result sheets have been, filled and tampered with already. And people are refusing to accredit, people are refusing to vote, and they are insisting that plain result sheets must be shown to agents in accordance to electoral law. If they refuse to show you result sheets in all polling units across the state, don't accredit, don't vote, protest and resist it. This is democracy. We must protect our votes. We must protect the process. We must make sure that all the regulations are being observed and respected. I call on all my agents all across the states that once plain result sheets are not shown to you before the commencement of accreditation, don't accredit, don't vote, resist it and protest, record it, video it, show the faces of these compromised INEC staff and security agents and post it on all platforms of social media. We shall overcome. This election is a must win for us. Thank you. To show agents result sheets and that result sheets have been written. There's a massive protest in all polling units in Ogodimagongo local government of Kogi State right now. The result sheets have been, filled and tampered with already. And people are refusing to accredit, people are refusing to vote, and they are insisting that plain result sheets must be shown to agents in accordance to electoral law. If they refuse to show you result sheets in all polling units across the state, don't accredit, don't vote, protest and
the image, the visuals of Senator Dino Milaye, who is contesting there for the People's Democratic Party, accusing that INEC in Kogi has been compromised, and because there are allegations of result sheets that is already circulating social media, which in fact the result sheets have already been filled with results with an election that is yet to be done. So Dino is already complaining. So on that note, to say welcome back. This is Safe Flip TV. We are giving you live election update of what is going down in Kogi, Bayelsa, and also in Imo State. My name is Ebuka Ezobika. Once again, we apologize for that
result sheets and that result sheets have been written.
Just a bit of
there's a massive
technical issues, but then we are back with you to give you more update. Now, concerning what Dino just said, this is a breaking news coming out from INEC. Now, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says that its attention has been drawn to a report that failed result sheets were discovered in some polling units in Kogi State. The commission views this situation seriously, and according to INEC, our senior officials deployed to the state are currently investigating the incident. The commission will communicate its decision earnestly. This is now creating big buzz on social media, because if this could be happening in a state, then there's something else. Now, if you look at the comments on the INEC after this on INEC page, so many people are not happy with what is going down in Kogi State currently. Many people are not happy. Can you post the original result sheets with QR code? In fact, the result sheets that have been filled is already circulating everywhere on social media. And like you heard Dino Milaye speak right now, he's accusing INEC that some of their staffs have been compromised. He's also calling on the People's Democratic Party that they should not allow this to happen, while calling on INEC to commence investigation. INEC currently have said that their attention has been drawn to this report of field result sheets which were discovered in some polling units, not just one polling unit, according to INEC, in some polling units, meaning that we have more than one polling unit where this is currently happening in Kogi State, which has drawn the attention of Dino Milaya and also INEC to this particular issue going down there in Kogi State. Also, there's the issue of an elderly man who came this month. In fact, he was the first person to come there for accreditation. He has been there, but still, he has yet or is yet to be accredited to vote. This is happening in Kogi State.
So as we want to capture, both my eye and this head will not shoot. That is why they asked me to sit later. Maybe they are going to do something about it.
Okay, so you've not voted yet?
I have not voted. Since my district, my everything was not shoot.
Okay. All right. So you're waiting till then?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
So, Baba, so what time did you arrive? What time did you arrive?
I can't say exactly.
Exactly. So at what age did you start voting, sir? At what age did you start voting?
I don't know.
You can't remember. So how many presidents have you voted for in Nigeria?
I don't know.
You can't remember.
Particular places are just not really good. Now, just in case you don't know, let me just give you some of the names of some of the frontliners that we are looking at the elections going down in these three states, in Bayelsa, Kogi, and also in Imo State. Now, in Bayelsa State, we have Timipre Silva of the APC. He was a one-time governor in the state, and he's coming back for second term, just a period of 4 years. Then we have Doyo Diri of the People's Democratic Party. He's the current governor there. And we also have Udengs Eradiri of the Labour Party there in Bayelsa. So these are the front runners of the election in these three states. Then for the APC, that's moving on right now to Imo State. For Imo State, we have Hope Uzodinma, who is the incumbent governor of Imo State of the APC. Then we have his strongest competitor there, Sam Anyanwu of the People's Democratic Party. And we also have Anthony Naji of the Labour Party also there. Now, talking about Sam Anyanwu, there was a news speculating late last night that he has withdrawn from the race of contesting, but he has come out in the video to debunk that claim that nothing like that happened, and that he is not going to quit the race of being the governor of Imo State. So that has been sorted. So we have the three front contenders in Imo State. We have Hope Uzodinma, we have Sam Anyanwu of the PDP, and also Anthony Naji of the Labour Party. Then moving on right now to Kogi State, where the action is happening. We have Usman Ododo of the APC, Dino Melayi of the PDP, and we also have Muritala Ajaka of the SDP. So these are the front contenders in the elections going on in these three states. Now, not forgetting, in different states, in Bayelsa State, we have quite a number of them contesting. In Imo State, we have 18. Kogi, we have 16. That's talking about the political parties right now. But these are the front and the strongest contenders that everybody or people are really talking about as long as the elections are concerned in these three states as it is. Now, we've not had any information concerning any breach in security. So far, so good. Security has been top notch. So far, so good from these three states as it is Then moving on, don't forget you can still drop your comments if you are in any of the states. Talking about the state that the election is going on, you can also give us your live updates by just commenting there what is going on in your state, or probably you're not in this state, you are from this state but you are not there. You can also tell us your let us know what your expectation is from the states. Then trust me to read them live here on the show this morning as we're giving you more updates of things that are going down in the election. So like I mentioned before, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) they said it has commenced investigating reports of pre-filled sheets discovered in some polling units in Kogi State. Now, according to Yaga Africa, they had earlier reported or alleged that some pre-filled result sheets were discovered in polling unit 004, any ward of Ogori, Mangono in Kogi State, before the commencement of voting. So reacting to this particular information, in a statement posted by the Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman Rotimi Oyekomi, he stated that his attention has been drawn to a report that filled result sheets were discovered in some polling units in Kogi State. Our senior officials deployed to the state are currently investigating the incident. The commission will communicate its decision in earnest. The question we should be asking is why would anybody bring field result sheets to an election ground? Elections have not started. Just accreditation is going on and we already have printed result sheets. If this is true, then these INEC officials in these wards should be brought to book. Should be yes, they should be arrested by the security forces there in this state, because right now we've heard this report from 2 states, because all eyes right now on Bayelsa, Imo and Kogi State. We've had this report, same thing happening in Kogi State is also happening in Imo State. And for Imo State, like I mentioned, we have some of the 3 strong contenders. The incumbent governor, Hope Uzodimma, who already has a case with the labor unions in the state, owing to what happened to the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Joe Ajero, weeks ago, where he was beaten to pulp in the state. And that matter is still on the front burners there. But right now, what is going down in Imo State is that we have other contenders, the likes of Anthony Naji of the Labour Party and also Sam Anyanwu of the People's Democratic Party. So the question I'm asking, so far, I've given you some of the updates concerning what is going down in these states, as we've heard reports from various states concerning some skirmishes that are happening in different parts. Shenanigans going down, as long as elections in Nigeria is concerned, so many shenanigans would always play out. So what are your expectations? What are your expectations of INEC in these elections in these 3 states? What are we expecting? Because these elections will serve as what to see if INEC has really learned any lessons from the past elections that happened in February and March. Have they learned anything yet? So far, so good. What are you expecting to hear from them? What are you expecting from the elections coming up so far as it is going? Let us know. Let me get your opinions right here on the comment section as things unfold in these 3 states. Let me get your opinion. Tell me, are you expecting an improvement or same thing, same old, just as it was in February and March? You are not expecting anything from INEC. INEC have said in these particular elections, the electronic transmission would be available. It would work this particular time around. So are you expecting more from INEC as it is this particular time? Let me hear from you as it is. Drop your comments under the comment section as it is there in the comment box. Let me hear from you. Now, moving on right now to Bayelsa. In Bayelsa State, it's already going down. It's going down. Labour Party governorship candidate there has already done his own deed as he has casted his own vote. The Labour Party candidate in Bayelsa, talking about the governorship candidate there, has casted his own vote. Now also, the Labour Party governorship candidates for Imo State, Udengs Eradri, has casted his vote. Ward 10, Unit 5 in Ekpemeri and Marata. Talking about, did I mention Imo? I'm talking about Bayelsa State in Yenagoa. He has casted his own vote there as it is. Okay, Nigerian future. Yes, thank you for your message. You said, I personally never expect anything good from INEC. Wow. That's from Nigerian future. That means you are not seeing any future for INEC as it is coming from your comments there. Okay, thank you very much, Nigerian future. Then you ask yourself again, with the amount spent for on these elections, the amount that INEC have collected from these elections, we are still having these issues raising up its ugly head in the elections. Like I mentioned earlier, so many of the cases from the previous elections that happened this year, presidency, governorship, local government, the Senate, many of them have been decided in court, meaning that some things are really not going well. Some things are basically wrong about the elections. So let me know, what are your expectations? What are you expecting from INEC as it is? If in case you didn't hear from Dino, I would like us to listen to Dino Melaye one more time so that you hear what he's saying, and I would also read out the response that the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has given to what Dino has accused INEC of already, and also what he's complaining of, talking about Dino Melaye in Kogi State, is also happening in Imo State. Dino Melaye has complained about what has happened. So let us hear this morning from the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the Kogi State governorship elections, Senator Dino Melaye.
Have been written. There's a massive protest in all polling units in Ogorimagongo local government of Kogi State right now. The resources have been, filled and tampered with already, and people are refusing to accredit, people are refusing to vote, and they are insisting that plain result sheet must be shown to agents in accordance to electoral law. If they refuse to show you result sheets in all polling units across the state, don't accredit, don't vote, protest and resist it. This is democracy. We must protect our votes. We must protect the process. We must make sure that all the regulations are being observed and respected. I call on all my agents all across the state that once plain result sheets are not shown to you before the commencement of accreditation, don't accredit, don't vote, resist it and protest, record it, video it, show the faces of these compromised INEC staff and security agents and post it on all platforms of social media. We shall overcome. This election is a must win for us. Thank you. To show agents result sheets, and that result sheets have been written.
Sheets are sheets that are supposed to be filled after counting of the election result has been done. But right now, even as accreditation is going on, it's very funny that the result sheet is already out there. That is something that they're already complaining about as it is. And INEC have said investigation would commence concerning what Dino has complained about. And like I mentioned, what happened there is also going down in Imo State, according to reports coming in, that there's places that filled result sheets. Yes, some local governments or some wards that filled up result sheets are already circulating different places as it is. Okay, so some other informations. Let me also let you know that joint security operatives have intercepted Labour Party's chieftain, Honorable Okafor Gabriel, in possession of election materials of the INEC in Isia Lambano local government area of Imo State. Now, the items recovered from him include INEC permanent voters cards (PVCs), ballot papers, as well as a total sum of 183 million naira cash. 183 million naira cash was discovered with him, but he has been apprehended by security operatives. Okay, Nigerian future. You are saying do Nigeria have true and real court of justice? Well, the Supreme Court or the courts is the last hope of the common man, as they always say. So there is little or nothing you can do when the courts has presided over a particular case. Once you move from the appellate court down to the Supreme Court, I know the Supreme Court is the final place of judgment. Anything the Supreme Court says would stand as it is. It is according to our law. So, are you saying, do we have through court of justice? Yes, we have to believe in what the court have mentioned basically. Now, in Imo State, we hear that gunshots at Amaimo Central School. Gunshots is being heard at Amaimo Central School, Ikeduru, local government area in Imo State. And I asked myself one particular pertinent question I've always been asking myself. Is it possible for us to have an election where there will be no skirmishes? Is it possible? You know, it's fascinating how elections, it's not do or die. But in Nigeria, basically, you look at it that is like a do or die affair, which in the natural course, it shouldn't be. That elections should be do or die. It shouldn't be that way. Anyways, the question I'm asking you today, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, online, is that are you expectant of a better outing for INEC this time? Better than we saw during the February and March presidential and governorship elections? Are you expecting more, or you're expecting less, or you are just in the middle? You know that it will just be same thing. Where do you stand as it regards INEC in these elections? Let me get your comments under the comment section this afternoon. As it is, it's 2 minutes past 12 right here in Nigeria. I don't know where you're watching from, which country you are in, but in Nigeria currently it's 2 minutes past 12. It's noon as it is. So let me get your comments here under the comment section as it is. Now, not forgetting that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, also have sent out their men into these states, Imo, Kogi, and Bayelsa. Now, what are they going to do there? In any case that they suspect anything like foul play, especially vote buying, then they will step in. That's their job there, is to make sure that nothing as such as vote buying, because we know of how it is. Party exco's, party agents would be on ground trying to sway voters to sell their votes and vote for their preferred candidate of choice. So the EFCC are already on ground to make sure that this do not happen. As I get reports that party agents telling voters who to cast vote for. Anyways, things like that, things that we should not be seeing at all. And for those that are going to travel, you should know that by now, the roads have been blocked already from 12 a.m. midnight, and it will move like that up until 6 p.m. this evening before roads that connect these states would be open for vehicular movement. So if you are intending or planning to travel to these states, you can't access these states. Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo State, currently it's on lockdown. You can't access the states as it is. The National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu has assured residents of Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo State of security preparedness during the off-cycle elections coming up today. This is coming from the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu, assuring voters to come out en masse to vote for their preferred candidates of choice. This is even as he warned against violence by political actors and charged security agencies to adhere to professional code of ethics during the conduct of the exercise as it is. This is coming from statements from the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu from the elections going down. Some more videos will be played right now. This was videos of what is going down there, talking about in Imo State as it is. Let's listen this afternoon. Let's hear from him.
From those things that are happening behind the scene, where money is being exchanged.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I just have my INEC.
Michael, talk around here.
That's our problem. That's the market.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
That's the market. Okay,
No, bro.
Okay, go.
Are you ready? How will you describe the process so far?
So far so good. The optics shows that yes, the process is going on smoothly. Aside from those things that are happening behind the scene, where money is being exchanged with votes, people are watching and then writing down names and giving tallies to be collecting 12,000, 10,000. It's happening everywhere. And you know, some of us are people who have decided that we will not express ourselves violently, otherwise we would have stopped. In the eyes of it, we know what is happening everywhere. Voting is going on, but the state resources is everywhere being shared. Monies that ordinarily should have been used for schools, monies that should have been used for the education, monies that should have been used for the economy of the state is thrown around to buy votes. And sometimes I wonder how people will sit on a seat that you did not win going to the polls as you should be. So far so good on the optics. Yes, you have done the voting, but behind the scene, the state resources is being used to induce and buy voters.
Yes, Honorable Yusuf, not to be talking, you're speaking in parables, I should say. When you say the state resources is being used to buy votes, who specifically is using the state resources?
I'm talking about the party of the day, the governor's party. They are busy buying votes and snapping people's ballot papers, using it to go behind the scene and pay monies. There's somebody holding some money in the other part. They have been reported to the police. But you know, there's a lot going on in this election that, like I said, is compromised everywhere. I'm not going to use our usual ways of trying to stop them. At the end of the day, they will say you have been violent. I will not do that.
So what about the peaceful aspect of the election?
Well,
Any report yet from others?
usually in my community there's always peace in election because some of us have very peaceful disposition, and that disposition is what I have expressed since yesterday, walking around with our people. The only thing I will not do, I will not buy votes. I will not. And even when I know what is going on, as a matter of principle, I will not buy vote. I didn't contest this election because I'm looking for money. I didn't contest this election because I want to sit on the throne of the government. I contested because of the issues in my state. There is endemic poverty in the state. Our young girls are standing on the road. Our young boys are doing their work. There is no hope for young people. These people sit on the position and think that the state resources is their personal resources. And they have entrenched poverty in Bayelsa state. A state that produces oil, a state that is supposed to be rich in natural resources. We are the second poorest in the country. We have the highest out of school children. As for me, there's the right thing. I have achieved what I wanted to achieve. To prove to the world that somebody can get up without stealing state resources and stand up against this tyranny that is going on. And today, beloved, we will continue to fight until more and more people will realize that money itself cannot buy you a society that will be functional. People have been impoverished to the point where you give them 5,000. I will not pay money.
act of vote buying, and they've reported the issue to the police, and the police have taken somebody away who was there with physical cash to induce voters to vote for their preferred choice. He's saying that these monies that the state governor is using to do many of these things would have been used to invest in the state infrastructure wise and do things that will benefit people of Bayelsa. Instead, they are saving the money to buy votes during elections. This is an accusation by the Labour Party governorship candidate in Bayelsa State, Udeng Zeradiri, as he just finished casting his vote at Ward 10 in Ekpemiri and Marata. Go out there. He just finished casting his vote. So the question still remains: what are you expecting from INEC in these gubernatorial elections going on in these 3 states? Are you expecting more? Are you expecting less? What is your expectation level basically in these states? Now, a quick reminder of some of the front runners in these elections, so that you know, in Bayelsa State, we have a former governor who is tending to come back as the governor of the state, Timi Presiba. Not forgetting, during the Buhari administration, Timi Presiba was the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources when he was in the last administration. Right now, he's coming back to contest again for governorship in Bayelsa State, representing the APC. Doyodiri is the incumbent governor and is going for his 2nd term. And we have Udengs Radiri, his video you just finished watching right now, complaining of vote buying going on massively in the states. He is representing the Labour Party there. Now in Imo State, Hope Uzodinma of the APC is the incumbent governor going for 2nd term. And we have Sam Anyanwu of the People's Democratic Party. And not forgetting Anthony Naji of the Labour Party. So these are the top contenders in these states. Whereas in Kogi State, Usman Ododo of the APC, the governor there, Yaya Bello, has completed his 8-year tenure, and he wants the mantle to fall on his preferred candidate of choice, Usman Ododo of the APC. Dino Melaye is representing the People's Democratic Party, and he has come outside this morning to lay claim that, hey, some forms of Higi Haga is going down in Kogi State as it concerns election result sheets that is already being spread across different places or different wards in the state there as it is. So let me hear from you. And also not forgetting Muritala Ajaka of the SDP. So these are the top contenders in that election as it is. Okay, as it is. So let me hear from you. So what are the top issues there? What are those ones that you want? What are those ones that you want? Let me hear from you. Let me hear from you this afternoon concerning the elections going down. What is your expectation of INEC? The expectation of INEC as it is. Yeah, let me hear from you this afternoon. The elections are going down in 3 states of the Federation of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So what are we expecting from INEC? Owing to the fact that, hey, these guys have collected huge sum of money. So you can feel free to drop your comment here under the comment section. Nigerian future, thank you very much for seeing the future, but you said the future of INEC is really not bright as it is. Okay. Okay, all right. So moving on to other things. Moving on now to other things. Basically, let's get these ones that are coming in from different states. INEC have issued warning to some of their officials from this state to not be partisan. They should desist from inducing voters. Okay, this is coming from INEC Chairman Mahmoud Yakub. All eyes currently are on INEC. Okay, let's now go to other videos. Now let's go to Imo State. Now the governorship candidate Anyanwu. Yes, let's listen to what he has to say after casting his vote there. He's representing the PDP Imo State Senator Samuel Anyanwu after casting his vote at polling unit 012 at the Amimo Central School in Ikeduru. Okay, I hear that video will come later, but he's done casting his vote. So more updates will be coming in from Imo State as it regards the election updates coming in so far from these 3 states. In Kogi has so far been quiet. after Dino laid that complaint concerning what is going down there in Kogi State. So for more reactions, we'll be going for more reactions to check, okay, what is really going down. And we hear that, yeah, the issues concerning beavers. Yes, the issues concerning beavers. Voting currently is officially on the way in some places in Kogi State. Ayeto Rugbede, that is Dino Melaye's polling unit in Kogi State. Voting has officially started in that particular place there. So let's see how it goes concerning what is happening in Kogi State currently. Dino Melaye and also his team are really not happy. Not forgetting the governorship or the presidential candidate of the PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, also came there to do what he likes as it is. Do what he did, what he came to campaign to support Dino Melaye. You know, if you could recall, Dino Melaye also was part of the frontrunners that supported him wholeheartedly during the presidential elections. So he came out to support him and also to be part of that campaign team for Dino Melaye, hoping that he will become the next governor of Kogi State. Well, let me know if you have a preferred candidate basically in any of these elections. Let me also hear from you concerning that one. Right now, let's go over to Imo State right now to listen to one of the frontrunners, Senator Sam Anyanwu there of the People's Democratic Party in Imo State after casting his elections.
No, my mic.
Well, for here, though they started very late, that's the problem we have. They started very late. They ought to have started by 8 o'clock. But I just casted my own about almost 10:25 a.m. And this is my hometown. And the people are very excited to vote. They have this excitement to exercise them to vote because one of their own is coming up in the contest for leadership. But the activities are a little bit slow. I believe and pray that they will be able to listen up because of time. And here it's relatively peaceful. I don't see anything wrong so far. I believe.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
Are you confident? Are you comfortable with the security situation as it were? Are there other concerns? We had gunshots a while ago.
Earlier.
Well, I know that from what I heard, the ruling party, hired the service of non-state actors. Some of them wearing police uniforms, pretending to be police on duty. Some of them were arrested, and this is what we're getting all over the state. I don't know why they're afraid to go for it if we are fair and credible elections. As for us, we're still watching. We're getting every information from our solution. I heard in a place like Olu, also in Olu, they are lost. They carried away all about 7 wards. A place that took Olu West. They are named. They carried away some of the polling units. And I also heard that a place like Kogi Municipal, there's also mayhem there. We've had, first of all, I've exercised my responsibility to you. And I can see what has happened. And for me, it's a good experience. Here, it's relatively calm. Even though I hear some skirmishes, some reports available from institution reports. But so far, and one Charles Amadito and one from Opo. But that doesn't bother me because it will not stop my feeling.
Have you made any formal report to police with regard to those skirmishes?
I'm sure our agents have done so.
So far, what will be your general assessment? Then, what will you be suggesting to INEC in ensuring that the vote of the people will count at the end of the day?
Well, I think during the briefing, INEC made this quite specific that any place where there is violence, where there is polling units taken away, that vote does not count. So that's why I'm not bothered. Those who have taken it away, that's a comfort gene which you must not feel when there's no election going on that place. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right, so there you have it. That is one of the governorship candidates there for the People's Democratic Party in Imo State. Yes, he's saying so far everything is going well in his ward, and he's very confident that he is going to emerge tops in the election. Although he said some things are really not going down very well, but then those are like behind the scene things that he said that the governor of the state, Hope Uzodinma, is trying to perpetrate. But then, anyways, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Let's hear from you this afternoon. If you are expectant from INEC, what are your expectations so far from INEC as it is? Are you expecting anything from them? Are you expecting better than what they did from the last elections as it is? You're expectant from the last elections. You're expecting something remarkable from INEC this time. Let me hear from you this afternoon. Then moving on right now, let's tell you about in some other states. In Imo State, basically, in Imo State, elections have begun. In Imo State, yes, elections are already started in Imo State, as well as in Kogi State. Elections have started in those particular places. I can confirm that to you, and also must give a big shout out to all the the observers too. Yes, the election that we're seeing, that the observers are basically everywhere, doing what they know how to do best. Talking about election observers at polling unit 12, Ward 001, Ukpogoro, Odinku, in Okene, Kogi State. Observers are doing theirs there. So in Kogi State and also in Imo State, observers have started work in those particular places. We'll also move on to Bayelsa very soon. There's something interesting coming from Bayelsa, which I know would catch your interest, as the elections are also going on in those states. So we're waiting for INEC to come outside to tell us what they have finally found from the, because we gave that report earlier. In case you missed it, we gave the report that some result sheets have already been filled up already with results, whereas elections are yet to start in places like Kogi and also in Imo State. We have that. And INEC have come outside to say that, okay, that for Kogi State, they will look into it and investigations would begin as it is. So off-season elections, CSOs alleged pre-filled result sheets in Kogi State. The pictures are already everywhere, circulating all over social media as it is. We also hear that in Bayelsa, suspected thugs have invaded a polling unit in southern Ijo. Yes, talking about Sagbama in southern Ijo, and they have hijacked the materials for election in that particular place. Suspected thugs invade polling units in southern Ijo, Sagbama, and they have hijacked election materials in that particular side. Like I mentioned before, is it a thing that we can't have free elections, like elections without all these hijacking, snatching? I think we have passed that era. These are things that we used to hear of normally in the 1999, the early 2000s, even during the time of 2007, 2011. This is 2023, for crying out loud. We're still hearing of cases of election box being snatched in places. In Sagbama in Bayelsa State is currently happening, as well as suspected thugs have invaded a polling unit in Sagbama to hijack election materials there. Now that place is in total disarray as I speak to you. Okay. Doyodiri, the governor, he has applauded INEC for improvement on the Bayelsa elections. The governor, Doyodiri of Bayelsa State, has hailed the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, over the improvement of its handling of the governorship election in the state. So that is what the governor there for Bayelsa is saying. But the people of Bayelsa are not happy with what is going on in the state. Now, in Bayelsa State, as we speak to you, residents of Bayelsa State have shunned the governor's directive that there should be no movement. They are saying that to
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I just have my neck.
Michael, talk around here.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
How will you describe the process?
So far, so good. The optics shows that, yes, the process is going on smoothly. Aside from those things that are happening behind the scenes, where money is being exchanged with votes, people are watching and then writing down names and giving tallies to be collecting 12,000, 10,000. It's happening everywhere. And you know, some of us are people who have decided that we will not express ourselves violently, otherwise we would have come. In the eyes of it, we know what is happening everywhere. Voting is going on, but the state resources is everywhere, being shared. Monies that ordinarily should have been used for schools, monies that should have been used for the education, monies that should have been used for the economy of the state is thrown around to buy votes. And sometimes I wonder how people will sit on a seat that you did not win going to the polls as you should be. So far so good on the optics. Yes, you have done the voting, but behind the scene, the state resources is.
Alright, so there you have it from the people of Bayelsa. They are telling the governor, if we not shop, we not come vote. So you see, it's a busy day in Bayelsa. Samson Moses, I see your question. Who is the weary? You're talking of Samson. Samson says that we are expecting nothing from INEC than to rig the elections. So probably you are talking to INEC. They say you are calling you weary. But then you've seen what is happening in Bayelsa State, and you know, when there is so much crowd like that are determined to come outside, security forces, their hands at that time will be tied. Because how many people, like they'll tell you, say, like there's what they say, if they don't plenty, how many they won't pursue? The people are hungry. That's what it means in the state. The people are hungry. The governor of the state he made a pronouncement that everybody should stay indoors. Nobody should come outside. And they should just come outside to do what? To vote and go home. But instead, you can see it's a busy day. It's a busy day in Bayelsa State. Probably it's just not everywhere in Bayelsa State, but that particular place. Yeah. So let's see. But for me, basically, it's funny. Thank you very much, Samuel, for Samson Moses, for your comment there. He says he's basically expecting nothing from INEC. Wow. All right, we're still here on Flip TV, giving you more updates concerning what is going down in the elections. The off elections going down in Kogi, Imo, and also in Bayelsa State. And my question for you this afternoon is: what are your expectations? What are you expecting from INEC? Are you expecting an improvement from the previous elections, or You're expecting them not to do basically anything. Same old INEC that we all know. And so far, from the comments we have been getting, people are really not optimistic about it. Okay, and information coming from that particular side. Okay, let us see what is INEC saying this time after okay, so far in Imo, elections have started. I can confirm that to you. Officially, elections have started in Imo State and also in Kogi. In fact, elections have started basically everywhere as I speak to you. So we're just hoping for the very best from these elections, from the front runners. Is about the politicking. We've heard reports of vote buying. We've heard reports of gunshots in different places. We've also heard reports of ballot box snatching also in different places. Just the typical kind of Nigerian elections that we hope that would not be happening. But it is still happening that this day and time, we still have reports of ballot boxes being snatched at different election points for inside the upstream elections. Okay, now news just coming in. Doyodiri raises concern over PDP members, agents being barred from Nembe and Basambiri. Yes, this is the governor of the state talking about Doyodiri. He's complaining that some of his party agents are being barred, that they are not allowing them to go in some places from Nembe and also in Basambiri, that some of his party people could not be able to go into those places, and he wants INEC to do something basically about it. And talking about the politicians also, let me also tell you that soldiers have stopped policemen from escorting politicians during these elections. In case you're not aware, probably you're not seeing the policemen as escorts around some of the governors. I can tell you for a fact that it is because of what the soldiers have said. Soldiers have barred some policemen from allegedly escorting a politician. A politician, yes, okay, not all of them this time, just a politician, in a 3-vehicle convoy during an election checkpoint. Election at a checkpoint at Agbadu Buni village in Kaba, Bonu local government area of Kogi State on Saturday. Now, the convoy, comprising 3 tinted Toyota Jeeps, was stopped alongside other vehicles. According to the report, when the convoy was stopped, the policemen alighted to meet the soldiers, while their principal was at the back of the Jeep. All efforts to appeal to the soldiers by the policemen were rebuffed, as one of the soldiers was shouting, "You are not on election duty, go back." The soldier queried, "Are they policemen? Are the policemen supposed to be moving around during the election? They should tell their principal to come down and explain to our Oga. Today is not for big man. No moving around. Let all politicians stay in their house to go and vote." It took them over 30 minutes before the soldiers allowed the policemen to pass. So the bottom line of the story is that at the end of the day, the politician still passed. That is just what it is. But then, why would they be moving around? Why would they be moving around as it is? Let's try to see how it is. Anyways, that is basically how it is this afternoon concerning many of those reports coming in. But I'll be sure that we have more to come during all our news bulletins right here on Flip TV. Keep it locked on Flip TV. We'll keep giving you more election updates and results as long as the elections are still going on in these 3 states: Imo, Kogi, and also in Bayelsa State. Okay, and this is where we'll draw the curtain on the show this afternoon. But like I said, still keep it locked because more updates will be coming as long as the election is going on in these 3 states. My name still remains Ebuka Ezobika. Please let love lead. Stay safe out there. vote and not fight. We want a peaceful, credible elections in this state. God bless you. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.